Hello, it's Stewart A. Swerdlow for Expansions.com, and this is the third week in May 2012. Some very interesting stories that have happened in the last couple of days. First of all, I want to talk to you about the earthquakes that occurred in northern Italy and in western Bulgaria. And as you can see from the map, that is in the Mediterranean region, and I have been telling you for many years that the African tectonic plate is moving northward and pressing against the Mediterranean basin. And so what we're seeing is the pressure from this huge continent moving north and pressing against the stable or not unmoving European continent and creating the earthquakes and also volcanic action going on in the Greek islands, in Sicily, southern Italy, and also quakes occurring in Algeria and other places in the Mediterranean region. And not too long ago, there was a big earthquake off the coast of Cyprus that was felt in this entire Middle Eastern region. So we will experience and see more of these quakes in the near future. So far, it's left 7 people dead in Italy, including a 106-year-old woman who died in her bed when a beam fell on her during the earthquake. And in addition, in Southern California, there have been swarms of earthquakes that you will see on the map posted on this podcast. And as the psychic Edgar Cayce had predicted back in the 1920s and 30s, when there is a heavy activity in the Pompeii region or in the Italy region, then we can expect a flood of earthquakes in the Southern California region and even all the way to Salt Lake City. So we are starting to see that happen now. So all of you people in those areas, please take care and be advised about it. Another topic that I wanted to talk to you today is about precursors to the New World Religion. Those of you who have been on my webinar in the last couple of weeks know we've been talking about that. And in the news, and you will see this also in the podcast, one of the stories that they've been promoting in the last couple of months, but particularly this week, is the vampire lady of Acapulco, Mexico. And she is an ordinary housewife, married with children, and runs a shop in Acapulco. The only difference is 98% of her body is tattooed like a vampire. She has fang implants. Her earlobes are stretched out with bone. She has piercings. Well, you'll see the picture of her. She's quite a sight. And the point is they make her seem like she's an ordinary housewife, just happens to look like a vampire. The point is to make such anomalies normal for the New World religion and ritual. Along the same vein, they have been talking recently on the internet about a vial of Ronald Reagan's blood, which was taken from him at George Washington Hospital after his shooting incident by an employee of the hospital who just asked if she could take that vial as a souvenir. And believe it or not, according to the story, they did let her take the vial. Well, now her son is selling it for $10,000. So you could have a vial of Ronald Reagan's blood for $10,000. That's the bid at this point. Why would you want a vial of blood of anybody to keep, even your own? What's the point of it unless you're going to do ritual with it? What isn't Ronald Reagan's DNA, and what kind of connections did he have to make his blood so valuable? And also, there have been stories on Huffington Post about the Italian scientist from the early 1800s, Giovanni Aldini, who is famous for his resurrection or reanimation of dead bodies. He would take dead bodies, people who were hung, murdered, what have you, take them back to a room in a university where people could come and watch. He would attach electrodes to various parts of their body and make the body move again as if it were alive. So here again we are seeing the dead come back to life, astral ritual. This is part of New World religion as well. Basically, this is also invoking demons, because when you animate a dead body with electrical currents and allow the nervous system to run again, even though it's artificial, it does enable demonic entities to enter the body and take it over. Very much like a zombie, something like this. So we're seeing all of these astral events taking place in preparation for the installation of New World religion. And finally, as a backup to what I have been telling you for a number of months, I am posting an article here that shows the predictions that Germany will leave the euro and go back to their Deutschmarks. And if you remember, I told you last year that they're already printing the Deutschmark and that they're going to be reinstalling that and connecting to other Northern European countries who will be using a Germanic or Teutonic union instead of the European Union. In that same article, and actually the comments at the bottom of the article are a little more interesting than the article itself, because in those comments there's a long letter from someone who, a former American living in Germany, says that there will be a war between the US, China, and Russia somewhere between 2015 and 2018, and this person also predicts that in 2013 the US will have its final economic collapse that will lead to the eventual destruction of the United States by Russia and China in those years that I just mentioned. And he also talks about Obama being a Marxist who has been sent to destroy the United States, and that's absolutely correct. So I am in a hurry today because guess what? I'm leaving to go to the global premiere of the Montauk Chronicles movie in New York. I hope I get to see some of you there. And after that, I'll be in Amsterdam and Cape Town, and then Los Angeles, and on and on and on. My schedule will be posted for you, and those of you, so you know where I am and if you want to come and see me. So until next time, it's Stewart A. Swerdlow for Expansions.com.